Hey guys, so it's here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to another Challenger Spectate, and this one just caught my eye that I'm like, I have to watch what the hell this is about. So yeah, we're watching Sejuani top. Is Sejuani top becoming meta? You'll also notice, like the current theme that it seems of the game, is so many champions are now ignoring that Flash exists, that you're seeing a lot of the assassin champions, Akalis and stuff like that, they don't take Flash anymore. They take Teleport Ignite. Sejuani's doing it as well. So it just piqued my interest because we're in a challenger game. So if it was really bad, you'd think that, it wouldn't work at all. It's also against Lee Sin, who obviously lane Lee Sin has seen some nerfs, but it's still viable. It's not like it's terrible. So I just thought, let's give it a watch and see what the hell happens. Full disclosure, it's probably a bit of a fiesta of a game. And I will also say apologies. The last few days, it's been a little bit hit or miss when it comes to live commentaries for the 2 videos a day. My schedule and diary, it's been a bit weird with doctor's appointments and then other meetings that I've got in the background, maybe with Riot. So it's been hard to actually have a proper recording session. I'm recording this on the Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, I should have a big recording session. So it'll be back to normal in the next couple days. Sorry about that. But do remind yourself, this upcoming Saturday, the 3rd of July, is the birthday stream. My birthday's actually on the Monday, and yes, I'll be streaming on the Monday as well. But I just thought, let's do the birthday event on the weekend. Maybe more people can make it to the stream. So yeah, feel free to come say hi. I'll be streaming from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So hopefully you'll be able to make it. Just come say hi for 10 minutes. It should be a pretty chill environment. We'll be doing a bit of ranked probably in the morning, but then doing viewer games and TFT and just having a fun time really is the aim of the whole thing. And obviously, I am giving away some chairs in the near future, and you can claim one of the entries to the chairs during the 3rd to the 5th of July on the stream. You'll have other ways to enter, like follow on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, but one of the ways is during the birthday kind of event. But anyway, Lee Sin versus Sej. So you saw the early trade, relatively even, but Sej has maintained lane dominance. She's standing her ground. And it is worth saying, Sejuani as a champion, she doesn't really scale badly. She just doesn't have that, what people would go how does she scale as a carry? When you're suddenly taking something top lane, there's a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit more carry-centric focus than just I am tank, the end. You're looking to try and do, hopefully, some playmaking stuff in the game. So how is Sejuani going to be for that? Well, that's something I don't know. In theory, it actually doesn't sound that bad. And, I know it's a bit of an odd pick, but what's the difference in taking Sejuani top lane than Malphite? There isn't really that big of a difference. So even though, by design, Sejuani is designed to be a jungler, Malphite's designed to be a top laner, in reality, there's not much difference that why could Sejuani not lane? Anyway, she's actually doing a big roam, which again, don't be too surprised. The meta of the game right now is all about roaming, and she'll pick up a Gragas kill while the Gragas himself returns and gets the pike. But double buffs for the Sejuani, so clearly a very good roam. Also going to go and help do the Scuttle Crab for Ivan. That obviously, technically, I don't even know if Ivan wants Sej to attack this, or is Sej taking it? Sej is just taking it. What? Okay, that's weird. Sej is just taking the Scuttle from the jungler. And remember, junglers do get bonus gold and I believe XP from Scuttle Crab, so that's why it's usually the good thing to give it to the jungler. Your team is gaining more from a jungler getting it. But yeah, so roam number 1. She didn't even blow Ignite, by the way. She didn't want to. And slowly the lane is pushing back into Sej's territory. But she's not wanting it to freeze. She's constantly attacking, not letting it just completely push in. And yeah, gonna just do a bit more farming. She's ahead in farm, even though she went for a roam. She's had pressure over Lee Sin to the fact that I just think Lee Sin can't win trades. He doesn't have that confidence. Lands the nice W, and you can see the damage in that isn't too bad. Lands the Q. With them the E stun. Wabam! Doing a bunch. Look at that. The Lee Sin nearly died. Just straight up, the Lee Sin nearly got killed. With the Ignite, he would have been very close to death. He probably was fine because he could have W'd himself. But one more ability or a couple more autos there, Lee Sin would have died. It's a weird League of Legends meta and world we live in at the moment. Stuff like this, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, I'm not sure. I would have been like, Sejuani top, I don't think that's going to be a thing. Nowadays, it just doesn't surprise me. It just doesn't. Lee Sin, by the way, goes back and buys a pickaxe. Now, I don't know if that's a great idea, considering he's been losing a lot of these trades anyway. Is he going to suddenly win against a Sedge who's probably just going to get tankier? Teleports to top lane. Yes, replays are still bugged. I don't know if just extra damage is going to be what this Lee Sin needs to beat the tankiness of Sedge. And that's the thing I've always said. I think the game is at its best when it's tank meta, but I also don't think tanks should do damage with full tank builds. So if this Sejuani turns around and she builds a full tank build, but then suddenly just owns in damage, I don't think that's right. I think tanks should be tanks, and ADs should be, like, or fighters or killing champions should do damage. And then people will go, what about bruisers? Well, that's the point. They're kind of in the middle. They shouldn't do as much damage as a champion that's designed to do damage, but they shouldn't be as tanky as an actual tank. They live in the middle, and they don't excel at either. They can just do both. And Sejuani isn't a bruiser, she's a tank. So that's what I would say to that. Another roam question mark. Remember, it is the standard 2 assassins or melee champions in mid lane, but Sedge again coming in for the roam. Also, Aphelios is mid lane for some reason. I'm not really sure why Aphelios is there. Gragas is invading the Ivan. Again, quite rare to see Ivan, I would say, but this guy's doing it and seeming to be going okay. Versus a AP Gragas, I presume. He's doing the Predator with rushing Sork boots, so I would presume that's AP Gragas. And finally, Lee Sin is looking aggro. So this is his first chance. He's like, right, with my pickaxe, let's go aggro. And you can literally see, look, he is just straight up losing it. And he is very going to be, like, close to death. He died. Like, what? Like, that was just, like, that's just damage. And remember, like, what is added to the Sedge damage is she is running the Ignite. She doesn't feel that she has to go flash. It's just crazy. I don't know. And it's not like, oh, you know, Sedge has got a Sheen, that's why she's doing early damage. She got a Giant's Belt. She's got a Giant's Belt and a Cloth Armor. No damage item is in sight. She just straight up did more damage than a pickaxe Lee Sin. I've got no idea. So this is why I wanted to watch this, is because it piqued my interest of going, huh. And in theory, I will say, it's actually not a bad pick. Like genuinely, before I made this video, I was like, wait a minute. And in the current meta, it actually probably could work against a lot of things. And by the way, yes, she has just straight up rushed this poor Lee Sin. She has just rushed the new item. So again, the new item, you pick a Nemesis to build a Vendetta against them. You take 30% less damage, up to 30% less damage from that target when you get the stacks. And that target has reduced tenacity when you're nearby, so they get CC'd for longer. Sejuani is a CC champion. So I presume, I don't even know in replay can we even see who is the target. I don't actually know. Yone and Zed are fighting more. Rel's in the area. Lee Sin was looking for a roam, doesn't get anything though. Ivan also in the area. Rel going aggressive, maybe not good to do that. Well, never mind, she gets the kill, which is nice. But meanwhile, Pyke is here. Lee Sin is in the area, though. He's trying to do a play. Does get a kill, though. You can see Sedge is just still top lane, so we'll continue to watch. Will Lee Sin pick up a second kill? Pyke, he does get the Q. It just looked really weird in the replay, and that might be the end of the play. So overall, a 1-for-1 or 2-for-1 maybe for blue team. Lee going aggressive, is going to try and get the kill, and does get it, and will survive. Nice play by Lee. And you can see, like, it's not a bad Lee Sin. He just played that really well. He's just been denied in top lane because it's a Sedge. Like, he just couldn't do that much, which is funny. So she's going for the crab. So again, anything you can do, meanwhile Lee Sin does go down eventually, anything you can do to get yourself XP, gold, and watch this. Okay, so Gragas, full AP Gragas, his damage, instant burst happens, but then Sedge going to continue to fight this full damage. Lands it, does get Gragas ultied, nearly kills him. That is just so much damage for like what I'm not expecting that much damage. That is the way that I would word this. Is like maybe people are like, oh, yeah, tanks in League do damage. Maybe they shouldn't, but I just don't expect them to. Now, one thing maybe we can check. So if we click on the Lee Sin when he's in vision, because we obviously are only showing Red's perspective here. Zed is not a good stun by Rel. Wow, that was lovely. Ooh, oh, hello. Zed doesn't die. Wow. Yone mucked up there and will go down. All right, if we click on the Lee Sin here, there you go. So this icon here is the chain. So yes, Sejuani has chosen Lee Sin to be the vendetta target, nemesis target for Sej. So Lee Sin will literally just be doing less damage to Sejuani, and Sejuani will be able to CC Lee Sin for longer. I still don't know why this item is a thing. I still don't know why Hull Breaker is a thing. But to be fair, I've not seen, like, when Hull Breaker got announced, I, for one, was like, oh, it's going to be in every single game. It's not in every single game. The reason why I haven't seen Hull Breaker every game is because half of the time, it's just an assassin going top lane, like an Akali, and they're not going to build Hull Breaker. Because just the meta has made those champions really strong. If it was like a bruiser meta of the classic old split pushers, yes, I do think we'd see Hull Breaker every game, but that just isn't the meta. Riot hasn't nerfed the kind of really strong champions in the game for a while. Ooh. So 2-level advantage, by the way, for Sejuani already. And, you know, remember, the little things that you can do and add up. She went to get Scuttle Crab twice this game. That is bonus XP this Lee Sin has not got. That's neutral XP. Those are things that you can do to differentiate yourself even in top lane, which are good. But yeah, so I will say the one thing that did confuse me is the new item, the chain item, is very cheap. So I think it's 2,500 gold. So Lee Sin, he's nowhere near even completing his item. Sej has had a full item for ages. And look at the damage! Look at the damage! He's just straight up dead. He dead. What? That Lee Sin had no chance at all to do anything. Yep. So Rift Herald was being done. Zed is in the area. Gragas is over here. And I think it's just going to get denied. I don't know if they're going to be able to continue this. Bot lane having a big 2v2. They just burst the pike. He's dead. Gragas in the top lane. Remember, he's full AP. He's really squishy. Why, by the way? Look at this. So Gragas dead. Zed does get the kill, but then Yone's in the area. Will Yone do enough with his Zed? Oh, he's over here now. Wait, what? Oh, he's over there now. That happened. Lee Sin teleporting over here. We can't see it because of the replay bug. But I don't know. Can Lee Sin... He has to burst the Ivan. Yone misses his spells. Good route, though. Stops the Lee Sin. Oh, he does hit the Q. Yone's tried his best just to stop it. And that will save the life of the Ivan. Not bad, not bad. Sej does have TP, by the way, when she spawns. And the risky health, man. Very low. A TP by Sejuani's coming. Lee Sin potential overextend. And yes, that is for top lane, technically. Lee Sin might look for just the burst. The pike isn't going to do it yet. Nearly does. And they will go down in the end. Zed was still in the area. Might actually be dead if he's not careful here. Lands the W to Sej. One more auto. With then the Yone. And boom, they're dead. Overstay by Zed. Holy moly, this game's nuts. And by the way, she's buying her mythic next. So the chain was first. In top lane, if you're going to buy the item, it kind of makes sense rushing it, because then you're directly making your 1v1 opponent not do as much to you. So it does kind of make sense to rush that item and then buy your mythic, because then your mythic can affect the game, where the chain item affects your lane opponent. So it does make sense, even though, again, let me know in the comments, and, you know, this could be a kind of a bouncing off topic of, yes, Sejuani top lane. It might actually be pretty good in the current meta, because hell, I even see Sej being good against the likes of Akali top lane that is currently being played a lot. Like, I think it could be good. But let me know what you think of the new item. Like, this one, we're not really talking about Hull Breaker. We're more talking about Anathema's chains. Let me know what you think of this item specifically. So you can see, it's not like, oh, it's reduced 1,000,000 damage. See at the bottom there, damage reduced 315. So far, the damage reduction that Sejuani has had against Lee Sin has been over 300 damage less. That's not bad, you know. It just in lane phase, that ain't bad at all. Potential play happening. Good route by Ivan. Zed's going to go down to the Sej. Again, her damage is surprising. She is getting these kills, not because she's just literally doing the last hit. It's because her damage is not bad. She's going aggressive onto the Rel, has the Ivan shield. Sejuani counters the jump. Will they continue chasing? They probably will, because obviously Rel is very slow. The W landing. She gets another kill. Straight onto the Kai'Sa. Okay, here we go. An AD carry versus a full tank. Lands the stun with then the whip damage. Is she going to get the kill? No. Nearly does. If Gragas wasn't there, maybe. But holy moly. Lee Sin does get clipped by the pike. And there is a low Kai'Sa somewhere around here. Aphelios is having none of this team fight. He's like, I'm just ending the game practically. He opens up the base of 15 minutes. And now Dragon's being done. Just reminding everybody, this is a challenger game on EU West, and it's an absolute fiesta. So if a fiesta game can happen in challenger EU West, it can happen everywhere. Like, that's the point. It just can. That's why I've always said there's no such thing as ELO hell. It's just solo queue. It's a 7-2-2 Sejuani 120 farm versus a 2-5 Lee Sin 96 farm. Weird. And so plated steel caps, by the way, also, and then getting a Negatron cloak. Negatron a little bit, I guess the Gragas, he's not having a bad game, and obviously Sejuani is inherently armoured focused, not magic resist focused, so just getting a little bit of magic resist is never going to hurt. I don't, by the way, know what skin the Sedge is using. It must be a relatively recent one, because I don't think I've seen that skin before. Because her mount is no longer like a pig. It's like a weird dinosaur type thing. No idea. Obviously, I'll have to find out what skin it is for the thumbnail of this video. But it looks kind of cool. It kind of looks like a Power Ranger of some sort. Like, you know, like the Dino Power Rangers. Kind of looks like that in a weird way. Anyway, that was a tangent. Sedge going bot lane now. Doesn't have TP up, so her team should be a little bit careful. Yone having friends. Look at friends. They're overcommitting to the left. Literally, look at that. Yone is just such a silly champion. They literally overcommitted to the left because they weren't expecting the bounce back, but then what the hell do? You're either stuck to the left and then he just bounces back, or, I'll watch what the hell just happened there in a sec, they just get completely wiped. Let's see what happened with this Aphelios. I know it's not about him, but I've not seen Aphelios in ages. Alright, so 1v2, exhaust on the Lee Sin, in the kick, and he just doesn't care. Alright, that happened. And the enemy team get ace, so Sejuani not involved in that ace at all. Yeah, absolutely mad. I can't, like, to be honest, I'm a bit lost for words that Aphelios just did that. I know he exhausted one of them, but, like, a Zed and a Lee Sin, I know it's a fed, like, maybe because it's all, you know, the Aphelios is fed in that. I'm still surprised. It's really early into the game, so it's not like, oh, you know, Aphelios has got 3-4 items, so he just one-shot them all. He got 2 completed items. Zed, I think, at the time might have added 2, and obviously they're cheaper items, but just, I don't know. It's just, again, it's League of Damage. That is the best, you know, that is the best description I can give of what's going on, is just League of Damage. Alright, so red team looking to break the base. They do break it open. A nice dodge by the Yone. Enemy team looking to look to chase. Lee Sin goes a little bit too ham and cheese and will end up having to be careful. Yone in trouble, will go down, but in this time, look what's happening. Sedge is now bot lane, and blue team is stuck chasing. They're I'd say this is what I would call over-chasing. They are really desperate for this chase, so much so that they are losing their bottom base as well. You can't risk losing this much, and they're now even getting turned on. And Sejuani, by the way, she TP'd. So, she doesn't land the ult. She does get the slow, though, which might give the Pyke the opportunity. Doesn't land the W because of Gale Force. She's going to continue. Lee Sin doesn't get hooked by Pyke too far away. Does get the stun, though. Cleanse comes out. But Sejuani, she's just going to keep going. She's going to keep walking forward. Look how tanky this champion is. I don't know if the teleport was needed there, but what Sedge did was the teleport was to stop the blue team continuing forward. The Zed continued too far. He got caught when the rest of his team backed away. They will open this inhibitor though, so 2 inhibs broken. Enemy team might look for this because, again, what else do they have to do? Pyke will go down, but Lee Sin will go down as well. And Aphelios ults. Zed going aggressive onto the Ivan. He will go down unless... Nope. Hasn't got his shield up. Sejuani in the middle does get the kill. She's just standing in the middle. Literally. I'm just standing in the middle. Enemy team has to walk away. Rel is in trouble. She's doing the smart thing of trying to lead the enemy team out of her own base. That's the smart thing to do. Does ignite the Aphelios. Is going to try and run away. Does get the little pop. And will they get in it? He does get the root, and it will end up dead. Surrender vote comes in. But yeah, I just wanted to show this game because it was a Sejuani top lane. And my god, I'm actually quite impressed. It wasn't even the fact that the Lee Sin played really bad and the Sejuani was a god. Just straight up in the duels in the early game, the Sejuani was winning them. It's just that simple. The Sejuani just beat the Lee Sin in duels. She then got the chain item, and then Lee Sin could then literally do nothing in the 1v1. And then she had snowballed. She roamed a couple times. She got XP advantage, especially from going into the river, getting the crabs. I actually am fairly impressed with Sejuani top. I'm not saying it's going to be meta, but in the current meta of the game right now, I don't see why that can't be a thing. That's what I would say. I don't see why Sejuani can't be played top lane, considering everything that's going on in the game. Again, the chain item on her is really good, and that was a rush item. Like, that is actually pretty damn smart. And I think it would work against multiple things. I think Sedge would work against split pushers, for one. Like, she's got really good CC and anti, damaging abilities. So I honestly think it would work quite well. Let me know what you guys think of, 1, Sejuani top lane, and 2, the chain item that was recently introduced. But that is going to be it. If you guys enjoyed, throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.